Welcome to our Web Extra with award-winning actor and well-known activist Richard Dreyfuss. So thanks.
Hiya.
Can we touch a couple of other bases?
Yeah, sure.
You have often been critical of Israel, right?
Yeah, of one foreign policy.
Which is?
To be simple about it, the Likud party is for the connection that we're historically owed Judea and Samaria, or the Israelis are. And that's kind of, I remember growing up thinking, and surrounded by other Jews who thought that that was kind of silly, to think that we had a right to these lands that we hadn't lived in for 2,000 years. And I still think it's silly, and I think it's a wrong-headed thing for the Israelis to do. If you're going to live surrounded by 6 million, 6 billion, whatever it is, followers of Islam, and you don't make any attempt to get along, sooner or later you're going to get overwhelmed. And I love the Jewish people, and I don't want that to happen.
Many Israelis agree with that. Close
Yes.
elections, etc. But Netanyahu, who is Likud, was reelected.
Yeah, well, he's got the American Jewish community leadership in his pocket. The American Jewish community is not the same as the leadership. The leadership is far over to the right. And also, AIPAC, which is the representative of the Israeli government in America, is not the representative of the Israeli government. They're the representative of the Likud party. So when Labor was in, they didn't help them, and they disparaged them, and they're taking sides when they shouldn't have.
Well, why do you think Israel maintains this position? Do you think because they constantly feel threatened? Is it because they have to take this?
The world has said that nationhood is a great ambition. The 20th century proved that that was stupid, and nationhood has caused more bloodshed than anything else. But when the Jews got this land, because the UN and Churchill were guilty about everything, they said to themselves, this is going to be the only Jewish country in the region. And here's the problem. You're either the first Jewish nation in the region, in which case you have to have apartheid, because you can't let your Arab people vote. Or you can be the first democracy in the region, in which case you won't be a Jewish state because you'll be outvoted. So that's the conundrum of Israel, and has been from the very beginning. Now, I'm a Jew of the diaspora, the exile, the world, all right? I don't feel we need nationhood. And one of the things that people always overlook is if you put all the Jews in one basket, everyone knows where they are. And the world has proven that they like to get rid of Jews. And so I like Jews to be spread out.
So Israel's not a democracy to you?
It's not a functioning democracy as long as they deny, their Arab citizens and give separate place to the Orthodox.
Bill Clinton has told me, though, he almost had that deal with Arafat, and they were going to have and that it's almost insoluble.
Well, let's put it this way. It's God's greatest jest. And if we figure out that one, we can figure out anything. The problem is this. Seriously, the people who caused this terrible thing have left the stage. They're Winston Churchill and the English government that formed these separate nations out of tribes, and the UN, which decided that they were so guilty about the Holocaust because they were part of it, that they just stole the land from the Arabs and left the two victims on the stage, and they're battling it out. The only answer is this. You have to learn to forgive. And I mean, Jews have to learn to forgive the Arabs have to learn to forgive the Jews, and each has to learn to forgive themselves. Because no one can point to an original sin. Both sides have caused terrible catastrophes.
Isn't that Pollyannish a little? I mean, if not Pollyannish, can that really happen?
Well, what's the alternative? What's the alternative? You go to Israel now. I was in Israel a month ago, and it's an enormous experience. And you know, as you walk in the door, as you walk in the gates of Jerusalem, you go, oh, I get it. You immediately think, I get it. They've
You
only
feel
been
great, don't you? I felt great when I went.
Yeah, but you realize there's so much God in this place. And all they've been doing is arguing about his name. That's it. And we got to grow up, or else we'll lose Israel. We'll lose all the gifts that the Jews gave humanity: negotiation, compromise, how to have mobile tools of intellect, so that they, once you're kicked out of one country, you can still make money in another. And they were all lawyers and doctors.
Do you ever feel alone in your thoughts?
I just feel that other people are late.
I love you, Richard. For more information, what a special guy. For more information on the Dreyfuss Initiative, please check out the DreyfussInitiative.org.